P.T. Logan's 5 Minutes of Terror. Twisted, troubling tales to send a chill up your spine.
Chain Game. Mom, can I download this game? Ronnie asked. His mother was making dinner, and he knew she was going to be distracted. What's it called, honey? Chain Game. I think it's like Dungeons and Dragons. This was a complete lie. Ronnie had found the game while searching the internet for something else entirely. When he first came across it, he thought it was just a normal game. It was called Chain Game after all. But the more he read about it, the more interested Ronnie got. People were saying that the game was like Truth or Dare, or this or that, but nobody had ever gotten past the third round. Details were sketchy and incomplete. Not only that, but the person he downloaded it from said he only had one copy left. Ronnie wasn't even sure what that meant. Beta testing, maybe? But he knew that he had to try it. Yeah, okay, just as long as you come for dinner when I call you, his mom replied. Ronnie grinned, and he clicked install. He expected that the game would take a while. After all, most modern games with good graphics were huge, but it installed in mere seconds. Not a good start, he thought. Ronnie opened the game and was immediately met with a message. Would you like to play Chain Game? Well, yeah, I downloaded and installed it, Ronnie said, shaking his head. He clicked yes, and another message immediately popped up. Once you start, you cannot exit. Chain Game isn't like other games. Are you sure you want to play? This gave Ronnie pause, but only for a second. Boring. He clicked yes, and the screen suddenly went black. Then he clicked the mouse button. When nothing happened, he clicked the escape key, and then tried the enter button. Still nothing. Panic started to set in. If Mom finds out that I downloaded a virus, she's going to be... The screen suddenly turned on, and Ronnie breathed a sigh of relief. At the top of the screen was the name Chain Game in big block letters, but there were no good graphics. In fact, there wasn't much of anything at all. What kind of game is this? Beneath the title were the words Level 1, and below that a simple question, eyebrows or hair? Beside that was a cursor. Ronnie frowned. This is the game that everyone was talking about? Ronnie's favorite games were first-person shooters like Call of Duty. This was... what? A text-based game? It was so 90s. Normally, he would have just deleted something like this and moved on to a better game. But because of all the hype, he decided to give it one more chance. Eyebrows, he typed. When he pressed enter, the screen went black like before, but then it quickly sprang back to life. Level 2, it read. What a joke, Ronnie muttered. A drop of sweat trickled down from his forehead, and he reached up to wipe it away, only to immediately freeze. What in the world? He quickly pulled his cell phone out and took a selfie. Then he felt his blood run cold. His eyebrows were gone. Ronnie couldn't believe it. It had to be some sort of trick. But when he reached up to touch where his eyebrows had once been, he found the skin completely smooth. Mom? He moaned. Dinner's almost ready. Still not sure what was happening, Ronnie looked at his computer screen. There was a new question listed beneath Level 2. Toes or fingers? Ronnie swallowed hard and then hammered on the escape key. Nothing happened. He tried to manually switch off the computer, but that didn't work either. A warning suddenly appeared on the screen just below the question. You cannot leave the game once started. Please make your selection. Still thinking that this must be some sort of elaborate trick, Ronnie tried everything to turn off the computer. He even pulled the power cord. But the question still remained on screen. When a countdown timer, 10, 9, 8, appeared in bold red numbers, Ronnie really started to panic. Toes, he typed, then hesitated before pressing enter. This is crazy, he thought. It's just a stupid game. It can't be real. When the timer reached 1, Ronnie pressed enter, then closed his eyes. Nothing happened. No pain, no agony, nothing. Ha! He said out loud. It's just a game. But when Ronnie opened his eyes and looked down at his slippers, they seemed just a little too large all of a sudden, a bit too empty. He slowly pulled his feet out, and when he saw the smooth skin where his toes had once been, he screamed. "Ronnie, everything okay in there?" Ronnie jammed his feet back into his slippers. "Fine," he croaked. This game was nothing like Dungeons and Dragons or Call of Duty. This was something terrifying. A flash on his monitor drew Ronnie's attention. It was another countdown, and it was already at 7. There was another question as well, he saw. And in that instant, he understood why nobody had ever beaten level 3. Arms or legs? Ronnie started to sob now and repeated everything he'd done before in an attempt to exit the game. But nothing worked. When the timer hit 3, Ronnie typed the word quit as a last resort. To his relief, when he pressed enter, something did happen. The timer stopped and a new message appeared. The only way you can stop playing is to send Chain Game to 3 friends. Please enter their emails below. With tears dripping down his cheeks, Ronnie had no choice but to type in 3 of his best friends' email addresses. He paused before clicking send, but then he heard his mom shout, "Ronnie, dinner's ready." Ronnie clicked send, then hollered back, "Coming, Mom." Then he slowly got to his feet and started to make his way toward the kitchen. Walking was suddenly more difficult without toes.
P.T. Logan's 5 Minutes of Terror. Twisted, troubling tales to send a chill up your spine.